Welcome back to the Life and Times podcast with your host, Lloyd Phillips.
And I'm the co-host, Leighton Rowan.
It's good to be back. Hey, I looked at Facebook the other day. We'll just get right to it. Somebody said on Facebook her favorite colors were blue, green, and yellow. You ever know anybody that's their favorite colors? No. I can't think of three worse colors. If you get to pick your favorite colors, those are the worst combination of favorite colors I've ever heard in my life.
I wonder if it's because if you mix two of them, you create her other favorite color. Okay,
I just thought about this when I was peeing downstairs, and I thought, and I was like, all right, so if you mix blue and yellow, it makes green. Mm-hmm. And if you mix green and yellow, I guess it makes blue. And then if you mix green and blue, I think it makes black.
Black or brown.
With crayons, it makes black.
Yeah.
It's just like is that weird?
Yeah, it's very odd.
Those are what's your favorite colors?
My favorite color is red.
Just red?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, normally when people say like, hey, what's your favorite color? They don't say colors.
Yeah. Okay. But what's your top three just because we're doing this game?
Red. So we're just going like just normal colors?
Well, I mean,
can I like spice it up and throw like
spice it up, fuchsia. Okay. See what happens. Yeah.
Red, gold would be my spice up.
Oh, got him.
And black.
Red, gold, and black. See, those are. I never played a team that has those. Is that Lincoln Christian colors? Is that what that is? Is that what you just did? Oh God, never mind. We're not even.
No, that was ironic. That is their colors though.
All right. Well, I mean, if you want to.
Well, I'm thinking of like clothing and like accessories. So I like gold accessories, like jewelry. I like red because of my sports teams, and then black clothing. I prefer black
because it's slimming.
It slims me
I
down.
wear them because they're slimming.
That's why I wear it.
And people often approach me and they're like, "How are you so slim?" And I just say, "Diet and exercise."
Yeah. But it's really because you're wearing black.
Yeah, they have no idea.
Do we want to like put this out since you just told your secret?
These people have no idea. Oh, what I'm about to do?
No, like we just told your secret. So I don't know if you want to put that out on the airwaves.
Oh yeah, it'll catch on like hotcakes.
Hot.
Yeah, but hot like John's mom. But don't eat too many hotcakes because you'll explode. Speaking of that, because it's Thanksgiving. It was Thanksgiving this past week. What did you eat?
Turkey, ham. Oh, so okay, let's talk about this.
Yeah.
So I just ate the traditional Thanksgiving stuff. What is your favorite Thanksgiving side? If you had to have, so say you had like turkey and ham, which that's a debate, but we won't even go there. But if you had turkey and ham on your plate already, and you got one side to choose from, what is your favorite side?
Well,
because I'll tell you mine's mashed potatoes, and it's not close.
See, honest. I mean, if we're just being like real, just dead down the middle, it probably is mashed potatoes. But then sometimes they'll make this one broccoli casserole. I don't know. I don't know who makes it, but that was where my mind went because mashed potatoes is such a given. But that I didn't even group it with the whatever you'd think that you're spicing it up.
But what about your dressing or stuffing, depending on where you're from in the world?
I don't really care about all that.
Really?
Nah, I don't care about it. I don't like. Because I grew up where most of. No offense to any family that may listen to this show. Growing up, they would make stovetop dressing.
Like the box?
Oh yeah, just like the face you're making. That's it. That's what it tastes like.
Oh my god.
The face that you're not seeing Leighton make, that's exactly what it tastes like.
Yeah, because that shouldn't
I never liked it. And it's salty and it's gross and it's like I don't know, it's like soggy bread. That's gross.
Yeah, you shouldn't even be allowed, like that should be like banned around Thanksgiving time, people doing that.
No, but I got two sides of the family here. And the other side makes dressings pretty good.
Yeah.
But we had the same kind of stuff always. Oh man, here we go. I'm grateful. Thank you for the food. Okay, just in case you're listening.
If you haven't listened to this podcast before, he's about to light this food up.
Well, I would go to one side of the family. For any family that listens, I'm going to word it this way because they're going to know. For the family where you couldn't go in the kitchen past noon or past the 30-minute window of when it was time to eat, if you step foot in that kitchen, my aunt would yell at you, for real yell at you. So she was a little crazy about that kind of stuff. At that family, they would just make mashed potatoes. The mashed potatoes were always good. That is one thing that family would excel in. They were good. But then they would make green beans, real plain, like just out of the can, probably heated them up. They'd make corn that they probably put butter in and heated it up on the stove. Remember, the mashed potatoes were good.
Yeah.
We had the same rolls always, just the little tiny rolls you go buy at the store, and you brown those. And then the turkey, you would have to drink water with the turkey so you didn't die of dry turkey in your throat.
Oh my God. Okay, so what?
It was like real dry and plain, like tasted. It's like they would go to the store, get the turkey, just throw it directly in the oven, and then like, here you go. It's the driest, whitest, plainest turkey ever. That's what it was.
That sounds disgusting. With stovetop dressing.
Yeah, it was, and that's basically what I just told you. Basically, it. Excuse me. Somebody would make green bean salad.
Oh,
no, it's terrible. And I think somebody at some point made some yams, but probably out of a can also. And that's pretty much. And I'm not thinking I'm exaggerating. There could have been some ham there too that I remember. And I said all that to say this, and then I want you to comment. Well, it's terrible, but the desserts were fine. They'd actually make pies.
Yeah.
The pies were actually they made, but they'd also go to Walmart and throw some muffins in.
Yeah.
That is not what my wife's family does, which is not where I'm going yet. But that's not what they do.
Yeah.
No, I'm going to start there. Okay, so then I get in her family, and her mom prides herself on being a modern day, I don't know, Emerald, Guy Fieri, Julia Child. She's all of them, right?
Yeah.
And so she makes some elaborate foods, and so she had a pretty good business going at one point, but somebody shut her down, the health department, because like you can't make not professional, but you can't have a. What do you call it? I don't know.
Commercial?
Yeah, let's just call it that. You can't be a commercial kitchen out of your house. Like, it's illegal. If there's a bed in the house, they shut you down. And she had a pretty awesome thing going, and people would order all the time. It was legitimate. So anyway, I get in this family, and when I go there, they make turkeys too, but they fry them.
I love fried turkey.
They also smoke them.
Yeah.
The ham, they may just put that in the oven, but whatever they put on it, it's unbelievable. All the sides are made, and they pride themselves with the dressing, but I don't really care. They make homemade chicken and dumplings. Oh. Also, I know, look, a lot of people love it. That's why they make it. But that's another thing for me. Like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Like, back in the day, I would go to my dad, and I want to finish, but I'm all over the place with this because, everybody has their own Thanksgiving stories. Well, at my dad's side of the family, his mom would make a chicken and dumplings, and I never cared for them. So I'm not sure how I got caught up in all the hype, because I wasn't actually in the hype. And so I'd show up at Thanksgiving, and I would come in, and my cousins, they'd be like, "Grandma made her famous chicken and dumplings." I don't care. Like, I didn't like them.
Yeah.
But they were so excited that I guess I didn't want to tell them, like, well, they suck. And I don't know if they actually did, because they all loved them. I just not really a chicken and dumpling guy.
Yeah.
And my dad, to this day, right now, he's like, "Made chicken and dumplings if you want them." Did he not know? Like, I know I've said out loud, like,
You don't care for them.
I don't care for them. It's just like a gooey noodle. Whatever. I don't like it. I know. I saw your face when you.
I love chicken and dumplings.
So I'll fast forward. They make my wife's side of the family. They make all these things. They make elaborate desserts, and they make elaborate sides, and they all taste great. And nobody puts green bean salad with peas and all the other whatever goes in green bean salad. Nobody does that. And when they made yams, it's because they sliced them up.
Yeah.
They cut them in half. Whatever they do, butter and marshmallows, and it's like, it's all elaborate.
Yeah.
So when I started going to this is 20 years I go to Thanksgiving at my wife's side, and all I can think every time is like, man, my other side of the family has no idea what they're missing at all.
That's funny that you say that. I'll go into mine once you're.
And now I'm going to bring it all full circle. So about I don't know, 5 years ago, I'm gonna blow it on the dates here. 5 years ago, maybe, we tried, because my aunt, who always hosts the event, the one that doesn't let you in the kitchen, they decided, you know what? we're getting older. It's a lot of work. People are coming over, cleaning the house, all that stuff. And their house is always immaculate. So I'm not sure what she's actually cleaning so hard because it's already the cleanest house ever. But so they decided they were going to have Thanksgiving at this Amish place out there. Amish, I know the words, but the Amish place out there in Shota, Oklahoma. Yeah. You know, like. And so we go and we sit at this table, and they pretty much make all the same regular stuff I just told you, almost exact as the family that I felt like was suffering in the Thanksgiving department. And they were waiting on you, and they bring it all family style, and you're just sitting there, but you're at a restaurant, so it's weird, and there's other people, and I hated it.
Yeah.
I hated it. And I said, if we do Thanksgiving like this ever again, I'm not coming.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go. Here's where they do it. Here's where that side of the family's cool. They know that we're out of town. They know that people are out of town. So we'll usually have the Thanksgiving on like a Sunday.
Yeah.
So I just said I'm never going to go. And sorry, long-winded, just to get to this thing, because now I can't bash him anymore. Because now my cousin Brent makes all the food.
Yeah. We heard that he's a legend.
But he makes all the food.
Yeah.
He smokes the meats, all of it. All the meats you can come up with. Ribs, brisket, chicken, turkey, sausage links, hot links. He does it all. He makes these barbecue beans. It's steering slightly away from maybe the traditional Thanksgiving, but oh man!
I mean, you have that food. Who gives a crap?
Oh, it's unbelievable. Oh, and then he makes this pan full of carrots, potatoes, onions. There's like maybe jalapenos in there. It's just this elaborate cabbage meal.
Oh my gosh!
Oh, it's yeah.
We might gotta do a Life and Times podcast live over there or something.
Yeah, my kids have no idea what I had to grow up eating compared to what we eat now when we go over there. They think Julia Child and Emerald had a kid.
Yeah,
he's just out there producing. Yeah, those are, oh man, yeah, he makes it.
I mean, my family. I'm trying to go back to just growing up without my in-laws. I always liked it. So I'm mixed for the people who can't see me. Thanksgiving with my black family was totally different than when I went to my, I don't know what you say. Do you say white side or like Caucasian? What's acceptable?
I know that you know
in this world
that I don't say.
So
Caucasian.
on my white side, so
it's funny that you said it before I even got the words
out. Because I really don't care. I was just joking. So with my white side, I always enjoyed the food because I grew up eating it my whole life, right?
Yeah.
And so I would typically eat there first, and then I would go to Sapulpa, where my black side lived, and then my taste buds were like, okay, this is how food is supposed to taste. No offense, Nanny or Mom, if you're listening, but
because they were serving you dry turkey.
No. But when I would eat there, I'm like, okay, this is pretty good. But then you just have my mama, that's what I call my black grandma. My mama, her stuffing and mashed potatoes and mac and cheese and greens and ham and all of it, every single bit of it, I put on my plate, and it was delicious. Oh, and the sweet potatoes, or yams. I mean, nobody could even compare. So then I get married, and
now we had a new dynamic.
Yeah. So now I get married, and I go to my wife's family's Thanksgiving, and my first time. I'll just cut to the chase. I've been married 10. We've been together probably 12. So for 11 years. I absolutely dreaded my wife's family's Thanksgiving because it was the worst food I have ever had in my entire life. They make like stereotype jokes about like how white people don't season food.
Yeah.
Their house is the definition of the white people who don't season the food. Up until last year. And last year, I don't know what changed. I think my mother-in-law kind of like took the reins and started cooking because her mom's older. That was the best Thanksgiving meal that we had.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even close.
Was it dry turkey before?
No. Oh, before, yeah.
Oh, you could.
Oh, it was turkey jerky.
You'd have to put liquid in your mouth to get it down your throat.
And then the stuffing was dry as well. And I don't know what I cook, so I kind of know my seasonings. I think that they put so much sage. I was burping up sage for 3 days.
my wife still, my mom still tried to sell me. We had this talk like 6 months ago, and I said something about the green bean salad. I'm like, that's terrible. Like, who would eat that? And she's like, it's really good. Have you tried it? I'm like, no, I'm not trying it because it sucks.
So they didn't do like a green bean salad there. They do like a green bean casserole, and I think they do it at my nanny's house too. But if you just look at it, I'm not eating that.
Yeah, one of those.
I've never even tried it. I'm not eating it.
I think my mom makes green bean casserole. Somebody else. It's not good. I don't like it. I don't even hate green beans.
I don't either. I like green beans.
But not that. I'm not doing that.
Now, what I do like is corn casserole, and that is a second side.
You might have just thrown something new in here.
I would put mashed potatoes, and then I'd have corn. I have to have that on my plate at Thanksgiving.
Corn casserole. What is that?
It's delicious. It's cornbread with regular corn, and then cream corn, sour cream. Mix it all up. Put it in the oven. Put cheese on top of it. It's phenomenal.
Speaking of all this corn talk. This was never a Thanksgiving meal, but when I was a child, I've often said what we used to eat. We'd eat rice 3 meals a day.
Yeah.
I mean, my mom thought we were Chinese for a minute, and then but on the days that we didn't eat it, somehow salmon patties was a thing back then. And I assure you, we weren't having it flown in from Alaska. It was probably came out of a biscuit can probably, but yeah. And then
something you got at Homeland.
Oh, I mean,
harps.
I mean, okay, but I still remember eating them, and I did not hate them. But when you, from memory, when I look at it, was the size of a hockey puck, and it was real hard. So
yeah.
you probably, I don't know if I'd like it or not, but we'd have hominy.
Oh yeah, yeah.
We were rolling hominy.
I had that growing up as well.
Yeah.
Did you like that?
It was unique.
Yeah, I always thought it was weird. I did not like it, but I also didn't like.
Yeah, I ate it.
Yeah, so did I. I didn't particularly like it though.
But I mildly think if I started making hominy with my meals and threw it on the girls' plates, I'm not.
But what is it?
It's corn.
Oh, okay.
I don't
know why I was thinking.
I don't think they'd like it either.
Yeah.
I think they'd think it was weird.
You just threw me back 20. You just like put me in a freaking time machine.
You used to eat hominy?
Yes. Yeah. Like often. Yeah. And I didn't like I said, I didn't like not like it, but I also wasn't like, oh my gosh, there's hominy.
You know what's crazy about thinking about current day? Let's say I really got into rice, which is about to happen probably for that thing.
Yeah.
Let's say I really got into rice. I would go to the Asian markets and buy a bag of actual awesome rice.
Yeah.
Like that's probably what I would do. Or maybe even a Middle Eastern place.
Yeah.
Back then, we were just buying the little plastic sacks full of rice at the store, you know.
Yep.
That, I don't know, 12 inches long and 6 inches wide package. You know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
That's the only thing. It was just white rice.
Pound of white rice.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think that was healthy.
No, probably not.
I think it was enriched rice.
Yeah.
Which is, how do you enrich rice?
I was going to say, I was just about to say, how do you enrich rice?
Well, you just get it out of the patty. Now, listen, here's going to, sometimes I say things and people could probably think I'm dumb, but if rice grows in rice fields in the water.
Yes.
How do you get the rice out and it's not already expanded? You know, because when you put rice in water, it expands. Are we getting expanded rice that they just dried out and it's real tiny?
That's actually a good point.
And then it expands more when you put it in the water at your house?
Like they get it, dehydrate it to where it shrinks back up. Maybe they enrich it with something and then they give it to us.
Yeah, whatever that means. That's what they're doing.
Uh-huh.
The man's getting us.
Yeah.
Riding with Biden. He's getting us, isn't he?
Yep. And then when we're buying 1 pound, maybe it's not even a full pound because they had to dehydrate it. What if they didn't dehydrate it all the way and there's still some water weight in there?
We're not even getting the full rice.
We're not even getting. Nope. Don't let the government lie to you.
These
people.
rice scammers, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good point.
Yeah. I never thought about it like that.
But I do want to know though, is rice smaller? I mean, at some point it's got to grow, so it's got to be smaller. But at what? Okay, here's what I want to know: in what stage of the rice game are we getting the rice when we buy it in the packages at store? Like from the time that it's grown or whatever it does. How is that? Are we looking at a 50% rice grain?
Well, I wonder if it is in some kind of maybe like a husk that keeps the water out,
like a corn husk,
and then they have to like dehusk the rice.
Do you
maybe? I'm just kind of,
I don't know, but
I'm just pulling up from half court like Steph Curry.
That's right. I don't know if that's I don't know if they're shucking the rice.
Well, you just don't know.
But to be honest, I don't even know how you get rice.
I don't either.
Like just off the top of my head, I just picture lily pads.
Yeah.
And I don't just movies maybe.
Yeah.
I would really have to look this up. And and here's another thing, like when we do these shows, people are in the background who know
screaming at us.
They're like, "You guys are stupid."
Yeah.
But I never picked rice or whatever. I don't even know how you harvest it.
I don't either.
Do machines machines obviously harvest
I'm 90% sure you got to shuck it
with like a corn shuck.
Yeah. Or a machete.
What if you have to shuck each individual granule?
Nah, there's no way.
Well, I mean,
like in my head, it's like there's like a pound bag inside of this husk,
and already in the plastic.
They shuck it, and then all the dry rice falls out.
You think already in the plastic?
No, I don't think the plastic has formed yet.
Yeah, because when are they going to enrich that?
Well, if it isn't plastic, then I would encourage them to go paper. So then it's biodegradable and doesn't kill the turtles.
Hey, side note, Biden wants to get rid of all the gas vehicles and petroleum.
Yeah.
And petroleum still is like in 80% of the products ever made. How are we going to house the rice?
True.
Oh, hold up. You know what? Let me make a point here. We're only housing skank rice in plastic bags because once again, if you go to the Asian market, it's not in plastic bags.
It's in the burlap.
Yeah. So you know what? If you're eating rice from a plastic bag, that's skank rice.
Yeah.
I guarantee it.
Yep.
It's enriched skank rice.
Yep. And it's cheap.
And if you like skank rice, keep eating it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do it.
I wouldn't either.
So I've been in Austin for like 6 weeks.
Yeah.
And for those six weeks, 7, whatever, man, somewhere in there, I've been eating 3 weeks. For 3 weeks of the 6 I've been there, I ate at one restaurant.
That's actually really good. Wait,
it's called Rock and Grill.
Like only that restaurant?
Yeah. Huh. Well, over the course of 6 weeks, about half the time I've ate at this one restaurant. It's called Rock and Grill, and it's Middle Eastern food.
Oh, okay.
But the rice they make, there's this chicken. I don't even know what it's called. If it hits me, I'll say it. But it's chicken, but in this sauce, and it's spicy, and you pick your spice level, and that's where you got to be careful. By the way, with certain ethnicities that make food, when you get to pick your spice level. Even though you think you like spicy food, you should don't be confident about it. Like don't say to them like, I like spicy stuff. Give me the hottest you got.
Yeah,
and I bet it's not hot enough.
No.
Or you're like, yeah, I'll take the 5, but can you make it hotter? And they like, yeah, you don't do that. You should just take, like, if you really like spicy stuff, you should just take the lowest level down from the hot and be cool with it.
Yeah,
because these people melt your face off.
Yep,
and
they know their spices.
It was the same kind of, because I used to eat Nepalese food in Pittsburgh. Have I talked about this on this thing?
I don't know.
So I passed this restaurant every day, and it was in a strip mall, and it looked terrible. Now, it wasn't even a strip mall. When you say strip mall, you picture like Wingstop, Bells. What's that place called? The clothing store? Bells?
Oh, Belk.
Well, there's that too, but
oh yeah, Bells. I think that's what it's called.
Yeah, Bells. Those strip mall stores.
Yeah. Little Caesars is in there somewhere.
It's not a strip mall like that. It's in Pittsburgh, so they've been there a minute. But same kind of setup, just tinier buildings.
Yeah.
I pass it, and it's got just posters on the out front. It does not look like a place where you're like, I bet this is the cleanest place in town. Like it's not like that.
Yeah.
You walk in, turns out it was clean, but you would never know that from the storefront. And that's where they melted my face off the first time. But Nepalese food is also awesome.
So how do you have the courage to go into a place like that and get food? Because
I passed a place. I had a conversation with a work buddy, and I told him just various foods I like. And he said he had mentioned I passed a couple places, Middle Eastern places, Nepalese this one was, but he's like I passed a couple places on the way here. And I said, yeah, I've seen that the whole time. I want to go there, but I just don't know if I really want to walk in.
Yeah.
Just because of the outside. Well, so I was gone a week. I was in Kansas City, and he was still in Pittsburgh, and he called me. He's like, hey, man, that restaurant that you passed, he's like, I went there today, and he's like, it's awesome.
See, if I go to a place and I'm even remotely like disgusted by something, I'm not like I can't.
But you were not on the inside. It was the
outside.
outside.
I know, but even if it's the outside, I'm like, that looks absolutely disgusting. I'm not eating there. Yeah. I can't do it.
Well, I didn't until my friends like the food is awesome.
Yeah, I guess that's different.
And it was awesome.
Recommendation.
And I just rambled on that thing, but to bring it back, because I would always order this special rice. Not just the regular steamed white rice. I would order the special rice.
Yeah, not the skanky rice.
And not the skank rice. And that's how I would eat this meal that I can't think of the name without looking at the menu. Oh, man. It was there's a difference in skank rice and regular rice.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And by the way, just public service announcement for everybody with kids. And I know some people listen to this with their kids. Don't tell your kids don't use the word skank.
Yeah, you should probably not.
Yeah, I mean, because I say it more than I should, and my daughter said it to somebody the other day.
She says it to us all the time.
Yeah, so I'm like, well, okay, all right. Well, don't say that.
She's well, I don't know if I should say that.
Don't do that if you don't.
She's also told us, I'll just be as non-specific as possible, so then it doesn't. She's also told us that she saw a lady that she knew, and she had a haircut like a Democrat, so. Which I didn't even know was a thing, but that's what she said.
Does that mean short hair?
I think so. That's what I imagined when she said she got a haircut and she looked like a Democrat.
Well, there probably are Republicans with short hair.
Yeah.
I would imagine. But I would also imagine there are less Republicans with short hair. It's not a political show, but I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I think that's probably a thing.
Back on the restaurant topic that you got, did David from your premium Uber drop you off there?
What?
Lloyd, I was trying to like funnel it in. You said, remind me to talk about David from my premium Uber experience. I was trying to give you an alley-oop,
Well, no, but I wasn't thinking to myself anything about the story. I was thinking like, how do you know that I had a guy named David? Because I did, and it was weird. He pulls up. I was at the Anchor Bar, and for anybody that doesn't know, they should. If you listen to the podcast all the time, you may remember the Anchor Bar started in Buffalo, New York, and it was the place that invented buffalo wings. Well, there's one in Austin, and people know, I'm a Buffalo Bills fan. They're like, hey, there's an Anchor Bar in wherever, and it's it's a regular sized restaurant. It's not a bar. It's a regular sized restaurant. It's right beside the Lone Star. So I'm going home because the place shuts down at 10. You can't even watch the whole game. So you probably shouldn't watch games there because you can't finish the game. You got to leave for it. Anyway. So David pulls up. I don't remember what he was driving. I don't remember I think maybe a Cadillac. I think it was a Cadillac. But he has... So I'm like waiting out front of the restaurant, and he pulls up in his black Cadillac, and he gets out, and he has a type. Watch me get real technical for anybody that knows this. Very few people listen to this, I guarantee. But he has a Type 2 work vest on, Type 3 work vest on. That means, by the way, that it has more reflective material, and it's the thing that highway workers have to wear if the speed limits are 55 or above, or you're working at night. That's what he has on. He has the full-blown Type 3 safety vest, and he also has reflective gloves on.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, so when he pulls up, before I can get in, he runs to the back door and opens the door for me. This is not an Uber thing, right? And so I'm like, he's like, Lloyd, and I'm like, yes, sir. And I get in, and he shuts the door, and he gets back in, and like he gets in. I see he's got an umbrella. He's got umbrellas in the side, and so he's like, Lloyd, he's like, yeah, I'm David. Welcome to your premium Uber experience.
Oh my God.
I got to drive 3 miles, like 3 minutes, not even miles, like 3 minutes. He's like, yeah. And so I'm like, well, I said, David, I Uber a lot. I can tell you're really into safety. He's like, yes, it's actually part of the premium Uber experience.
Wow.
He's like, I believe in safety. I follow all the rules. And I'm like, I know. And you even got that vest on. That's the thing. He's like, I like to be as safe as possible. I want people to know that I'm here to do a job. And he's like, do you want any candies or bottled waters?
Oh my gosh. Please tell me you said yes. What?
No.
So you didn't even have the full premium experience.
Yeah, that's because I was back in my parking lot in a minute and a half. Like,
Well, I know, but maybe it was some.
And David feathered his hair. He had shoulder length hair that was feathered back bigger than Dallas. I mean, this guy's a straight up 80s hair model.
That is awesome.
Oh, and Dave looked good. So
yeah.
That guy was memorable. And then I had like one other memorable guy who picked me up. This is a different city. I was in Kansas City for this one. And I was going to, what's that famous barbecue place?
Jack Stacks. Gates.
Jack Stacks. I was going to Jack Stacks. And so he pulls up at Jack Stacks or pulls up to get me. I'm going to Jack Stacks. And he has a full-blown suit on. And he has the shiniest white hair. It's like Kenny Rogers wished he was this guy.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, the silkiest, smoothest white hair with a full-blown suit on. He had a Cadillac too, as a matter of fact. And so like I get in and I said, hey, he's like, Lloyd. I'm like, yes, sir. And I was like, hey, sir, I just want you to know, I fly all over the country. I Uber all the time. I've Ubered 1,000 times. You are the fanciest Uber driver I've ever seen in my life. I was like, what do you do, man? Like, what do you do for a living? He's like, I'm retired. I'm like, from what? I don't, you had to see this guy. He was a traveling musician.
Oh, okay.
That's what he did. But like not a guitar player. I think a trumpet. He was like a trumpet player.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's it. I don't know how I got sidetracked by those guys. To include the other day, I Ubered, by the way, and this has to be illegal. I Ubered last week. I get in and he said, Lloyd, like, yes, sir. How are you? Is it good? He's like, you want a beer? I'm like, what? He's like, do you want a beer? And I'm like, what? I didn't know what to say because I'm in an Uber and I literally am going 0.6 miles. So I'm like, well, sir, is that legal? And he's like, well, they've never told me not to do it. That's exactly what he said.
So it must be legal.
Yeah, but that's what's so stupid. That'd be like me getting in the car. He's like, hey, man, you want some heroin? I'm like, is that illegal? He's like, well, Uber never said I couldn't give my guest heroin.
Yeah, they never said I couldn't provide black tar heroin for my guests.
Just flew it in today. Like, that's literally what he said. My gosh. So I'm like, well, what do you got?
That is awesome.
Yeah, and he's like, yeah, we got Bud Light. I'm like, no, I'm cool, man. So, yeah, that actually happened the other day.
That is freaking awesome. Holy moly.
And then
there's no way that's legal.
I drove 0.6 miles.
Yeah, he's like, hey, sir, do you want to shotgun this beer before your next stop?
He's like, we'll do them together.
Yeah.
Yeah, that happened. There's a very special Uber guy.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, So have you ever Ubered?
Yes.
I mean, well, I think most people have, but it depends in what city I'm in. I usually just by not default. What's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. Bad way to word it. Can't think of it. When I always Uber just because that's the first thing I think.
Yeah.
Of. And if I pick an Uber and it says like 14 minutes away, I'm like, I'm not. No. So
Yeah.
I'll go to Lyft. I'll pick Lyft, and they tell me 3 minutes, and then I just cancel the Uber.
Yeah.
Yeah, normally if you do it in enough time, it's fine. But I got stuck the other day. I had to pay the other tab. Even though
really?
Yeah, even though I still lifted to where I was going.
I think Lyft is just a better name. I know Uber was first, I think, but
yeah,
Lyft is a good name.
I think Uber's more large. I think Uber's everywhere. I find Lyft's in bigger cities.
Yeah, yeah.
But Uber's like pretty much everywhere.
Yeah.
I don't know where the line's at though. Honestly, I think you could probably Uber in Claremore. You just might have to wait.
Oh yeah, I've passed them.
Yeah,
plenty of times.
Here's the thing though, you can always get an Uber from the city if they have to drive. Out. You may be waiting a while though to try to get somebody to drive to.
Yeah.
That city. Anyway, yeah, that's it, man. It's Thanksgiving time and or it's Christmas season.
Yep.
I'll ask you this, and we'll have this conversation before we get off. When is Christmas tree time?
Now I'm actually like behind. My wife's not very happy with me.
Like,
I got to get up in the attic and
you put it.
All that.
You do it the day after.
Yeah, I mean, if it was up to her, we would have probably done it before, probably right after Halloween.
I'm pretty sure that's when my wife wanted to do it.
Yeah. I like to just, let's get to Thanksgiving on Friday. I'm fine to just, start decorating.
Now, the tree, I always think about putting up right after Thanksgiving, but what I don't think about is the lights.
Yeah.
I feel like the lights should be on a little longer.
Yeah.
But then the guy who does our lights, he'll contact me the 1st of October, but I never see him till December. So I'm not really sure how that deal works.
I think that's probably why my wife likes getting the decorations down earlier.
Yeah.
Because she puts a lot of work into it and doesn't want it just for 2 weeks and then put up.
If when the time comes, and I've never been a big Christmas, I liked that they're up, but I've never been like this huge Christmas light guy. But I debate every year if I want to try to be Clark W. Griswold, and I think we have one in the neighborhood. Like, that dude that lives down the road? Yeah. There's lights all over his fence, houses, roof.
Yes.
Window.
Sides of his house.
Yeah. That guy's the winner for sure.
Oh, yeah. I'm pretty sure last year he got second somehow, and I'm not really sure how, in the little community competition.
I don't know who won, but then there's these other people that do the dancing thing, dancing lights, because they stole it off the. Remember that thing? I can't even hum the song. Trans-Siberian Orchestra, and there's a house that did it, and so now people just kind of copy that. Yeah. What if it was that to that guy?
Maybe.
Those people left though, right?
Yes, and I'm happy they left too.
Why?
Because
you hated their display.
Yes, I did. Every year they put it right there, and it's on the corner, and it would take.
It up.
Yeah, you couldn't get through, and that's the entrance and the exit of the neighborhood. It drove me nuts.
Yeah, there is another exit though.
Yeah, but that one's stupid.
Yeah, that's a dumb exit.
Yeah, skanks take that exit.
Yeah, those people buy their rice in plastic bags. I guarantee it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So, well, all right. Well, I guess we'll get off here, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Happy New Year.
Happy
Christmas. It's not even Christmas yet.
Happy belated Thanksgiving.
Yeah, belated that one.
Yep.
And now Christmas.
Yep.
Maybe Hanukkah, depending on what you're into. So happy Hanukkah.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that's it.
I think that's it.
All right. Well, love everybody. Put Pete Rose in the Hall of Fame. And all right. Well, we'll see you.
Peace.